they have an opportunity to try again.
They have to be 16 years old.
16 to 21. We tell them that very few people do everything well and very few people do everything poorly. It's one or two things that they can do, and with training turn into a job.
All right. Can you tell me a little bit about this program?
All right. We have one of the boys on the microscope. What he's doing is right now he's counting blood cells on the slide that he has, and when he finishes, then we'll give him another slide, and he'll have to count not only the blood cells but the different parts on them.
What is this preparation for? What kind of course?
To see if we send them to the hospital, and some of them want to be technicians, and our job is to find out if he has the qualification.
You're testing him,
right? Just for
what do you call this program overall?
Oh, this overall program is evaluation, work evaluation, and they have a variety of things that they are tested on.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
And have you learned any of that here? Yeah. And then are you going to stay on the program? Yeah. How long in school did you go? And then you left school? Why are you doing this then if you want to be a beautician? And they try you out in all the programs. Good luck to you.
I think, how does it feel to talk to the senator?
Oh, so proud.
How old are you?
18.
And what are you studying here?
Why?
What are you studying?
I'm studying beauty college.
What is your name?
Eva Nieves.
How does it feel to talk to the senator?
Oh, good.
Huh?
Oh, good.
What's your name, young man?
It's Melvin Cadiz.
How old are you, Melvin?
I'm 19.
You live here in New York?
Yes.
What are you studying here?
Right now I'm being evaluated in the program.
Evaluated to determine what you can do?
Right.
And you just talked with Senator Robert Kennedy. What did he ask you?
Well, he asked me about how long I've been here and if I like the program, and I told him yes.
You do like the program?
Yes.
Would you like to see it expanded and more young people brought into it?
Yes, it would do much good throughout the city.
What's your nationality?
I'm Puerto Rican.
Is that so?
Right.
Thank you very much. Thank you both.
Maybe Mr. Gans can also join in answering it. What effort is being done now to continue the training of those who participate in these programs so that they can upgrade themselves? What arrangements have been made with universities and colleges in the state?
Well, we have a series of training efforts going, Senator Kennedy. I can give you illustrations of some of them. For example, in the health field, we're working now with City University to have a health training institute, which will combine the efforts of the City University, the Manpower Agency, and also some of the local community programs to feed people into that training effort, and also with the hospital administration, health administration, to place these individuals. But the most important thing I'd like to emphasize in that program
Could you just talk a little louder or
yes,
or
the most important
slower?
thing I'll emphasize on that score is that there is...
I can't understand a word you're saying.
So I start all over again?
But it's an echo back, so it's difficult.
I was talking about the Health Careers Institute in the City University. And that's an effort where the Manpower Agency with the City University and the Health Administration is setting up a program for disadvantaged people to go through a series of steps, starting with nurses' aides and all the unskilled jobs, right through registered nurse, laboratory experts, and so forth, to provide careers in the health field. This, we think, is very important because it not only gives careers for the poor, but also it fills it meets an unfilled need.
How many people? How many are participating in that program?
That program is just being launched now, and we have a number of parts to it. One part of it that will feed into the program is the one that Dick Gutbaum has talked about, and then we're in the Shire Amendment package there. We will have some, I think, 500 additional. 500 additional there, and then there are also a number of. Am I losing?
Well, I can't understand anything.
I'm speaking to the mic, I think.
Well, the mic produced an echo, apparently. Is that better?
Try that.
All right. We have some 500 people involved in the health careers field in the Shire Amendment. We also have fed into the training of health fields a number of nurses' aides in the MDTA program that Herman Kressler has talked about. We have in the Harlem Hospital, we have a program of, I think about 75 individuals who will be moving up. But the point I think I would like to make is that all of these are individual small efforts, but there isn't any one massive effort yet. That's the Health Careers Institute program. Another one that we're looking to now to provide some skilled training is in the OIC, which will be established in Brooklyn. That's the Reverend Leon Sullivan program that there is in Philadelphia. Another one that is now working very successfully is the PrEP program of the Port of New York Authority, where we have 200 individuals off the welfare rolls, they're welfare mothers, being trained in office practices, being trained in typing, and we have every reason to believe that we will place 100% of them. I think, as we've mentioned in our prepared testimony, on the graduating class of about a month ago, we had 108 coming out of the school, and we now have 104 actually placed.
Mr. Green, how many unemployed do you have here in the state of New York?
I don't hear you.
How many unemployed do we have here in the state of New York?
How many unemployed?
How many people unemployed?
State of New York, around 35,000.
And is there a program at the state level to try to carry out what Mr. Gans mentioned, of a training program arranged with universities to continue the training of?
No, there is not.
Well, sir, I should add that we just completed training 500 licensed practical nurses of an initial 600 starting group, and we will embark on an additional 300 within the next few weeks, plus an additional 300 to be upgraded out of Mr. Gutbaum's union.
Comment to make on that? And the state program? Do you have any comment to make on the adequacy of the state program of the city?
Well, I think you really had it defined here, Senator, and it's, you know, it's something that has to be said over and over again. It's just not enough. It's inadequate. There's been very little.
New York City, those of you who are not citizens of our town, thank you for coming, and encourage you to All right, can you hear now?
That's better, yeah.
I'd like to first welcome you to our city. Those of you who are not citizens of our town, thank you for coming and for the constructive job that you're doing throughout the country on this subject, and to encourage you to look around our city as much as you possibly can, and you'll be well taken care of. Stay as long as you can also. I know that you've read the prepared statement, Mr. Chairman, and therefore what I'd like to do is simply to summarize the entire statement as briefly as I think I can, and yet cover the main points of the testimony. First of all, as I said, we welcome this opportunity to talk about the most important problem facing our city, and that's the plight of almost 2 million men, women, and children locked in poverty. The scope of the problem can be spelled out in some figures. The number of poor people in our city is as large as the entire population of Philadelphia. New York City's anti-poverty programs operate out of more than 1,200 locations throughout the 5 boroughs. Close to 300 organizations and delegate agencies are involved in running these programs. New York City has as many school children as there are people in Baltimore. half of
Note
these
with
children...
some regret you have as many poor as there are in Philadelphia.
I know a little bit about the problems of Philadelphia too, and they're comparable. It's a matter of size. Half of the children, a number equal to the population of Cincinnati, in our school system, need special programs and special services. Here in New York and in communities across the nation, we have found the means embodied in the 1964 legislation to offer indispensable resources for our efforts to halt and reverse the process of decay. These resources include not only money, but new and imaginative approaches to problems which do not yield to old and traditional patterns of service. It's all too easy for an administration to be so enmeshed in the tasks of daily management that it is unaware of the rigidity or irrelevance of its services to its constituents. Innovation comes painfully to a bureaucracy. The war on poverty is a combination of catalyst, goad, and educator, moving inertia-bound bureaucracies to change their established ways of doing business. As mayor of this city, responsible for an operating budget of over $5 billion,
Lord. And how does that bear, Mr. Mayor, upon the much discussed shift of middle-income population best able to give support to government from the city into the suburbs?
Well, our city, like I think every city in the country, including the smaller cities of the nation, have over the years undergone a shift in population. Over the past 10 years in New York, as I've said, other cities, there has been a general movement to the suburbs of white middle class. There's been an increase in the number of non-whites in central city areas, and that's a trend which has continued. It's difficult to get accurate figures on it in the absence of censuses that are taken each year. Even the decennial census has shortcomings in this regard, as I believe all of us who've been in the federal government understand. I have some hope that this trend is slowing. Certainly, the in-migration into New York of poor Negroes from the South has slowed substantially, in part because they're going to smaller cities and suburban communities, and in part, I suppose, with increased industrialization of the South. The in-migration of Puerto Ricans from Puerto Rico compared to the out-migration is almost evened off. There's still a net increase, but it's nothing compared to what it was. Then, increasingly, as the suburban communities around New York are discovered to be city communities in themselves with the same problems of the core city, there tends to be a balance. And middle-class whites or higher-income whites discover that the suburbs, that in the suburbs they'll find the same problems. In Westchester and Nassau counties of New York, there was a 35% increase in the welfare caseloads this year over last year alone, substantially higher than the rate of increase in the core city area.